Alright, welcome back to Chillin in My 30s after being fired from the Demon King's army. Anime review, episode number 3. We're here reviewing episodes 7 and 8 for the series. Basically, here's kind of what happens. I know I just watched basically the episode. I remember what happened in episode 8, but I actually watched episode 7, excuse me, a while ago, and well, I almost completely forgot what happened in this episode because I couldn't keep my eyes open after watching episode 7, so I decided to take a quick nap, basically like a 90-minute nap. Well, I forgot to mention, the series is no dub, none. Came out 2 years ago. I thought basically they would have had a dub, but nope, no dub. By the way, not the first show basically made from the studio, which is Encourage Films, which also made Isekai Cheat Magician. And that's like the only anime I've seen from the studio. So the whole thing with episode 7 is that basically the heroes party want to see the Mithril smithy, and of course you can see that the apprentice who showed up a couple episodes ago has officially become the master of the place. Heck, there's even a Mithril-based statue of him in the place. Yeah. So makes a potential weapon made by him to, well, for for the heroes party. And of course, looking for a fourth person in the party. And of course, also, what is his name here? Gashita. Think that he's probably still in the party, but they actually want the mayor. They actually want the Randall basically to join after some period of time. At the end of the episode, Lottie, that's the hero, asks him to become our teacher, which he accepts, no problem. And at the end of the episode, one of the four demon generals shows up. That being Zabanus, this very beautiful woman who's basically the general of the wind. So, and then of course Rute, he is basically their like. He's basically the special envoy, and then she shows up, and of course, basically, it's like because he was talking about her, she proceeded to use him as a chair, and of course, basically, Darrow's intimidated by her until his wife shows up, who is a lot stronger than she is physically, and throws a cork at her. It spooks her, and she becomes afraid of Mika, and of course, basically, she's like. The man like, oh, hand over all the mithril you have. He's like, no. But I can, with a price. Expensive. Okay, fine. And then of course, basically that they showed the forge. Obviously, he apparently wants a sword like the Hermes sword, the one that Durant has. And then the hero comes by, and then of course, well, the two just happen to run each other at a bathhouse. Which, of course, Durant basically goes into a basically escalating conflict by accidentally touching both of their chest. And, of course, basically, Lottie does ask during this, how do you know this woman? I was a human raised by she responds, I was a human raised by demons. And, like, you know this? Yeah, he told me basically when he proposed to me. And they actually have a flashback here because in the manga they didn't show this at all. So, then they have a duel, which of course basically, the duel is it's pretty much basically called a conclusion after Gran gets involved, Darrow's son, and of course he thought they were playing with him, though of course basically all he probably wanted to do is probably play with her chest because he apparently likes boobs. Yes, a toddler who loves boobs. Okay. And of course, the conclusion, that's all that kind of happens in the course 2 episodes. Yeah. 2 more done, 4 more to go, and then we're done. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up is a comic corner. Okay, thanks, Joe. Bye.